First one in this quartet of losses where you could beat one
quartet of losses is never a good thing.
Stop Illinois' hot streak. Kofi was having his way for time. But Ayuk DeSumo comes back to the
I don't know. I think the tournament comes down to what draws you. I don't think the Big Ten Conference tournament means anything. I don't think the late stages of the regular season mean much.
You're still going to be playing decent basketball. You can't go into the conference tournament on a 4-game losing streak. And the fact is like I've told you before, in my opinion, they don't have an NBA player in that roster. They just don't.
Reach down and touch you with it. It looked like Justice Sewell.
At some point, that's going to catch up with you.
Him, nothing called.
They're going to have to really play well defensively.
You get 3 looks on one of those possessions up 4 to maybe kick.
But Illinois is a good team, too. Like, here's the whole thing is
Illinois and Michigan.
They needed to beat Sparty. They really needed to beat
that. Was a bad loss.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Another possession after that, Illinois.
Well, Iowa was a tough one, too. I mean, that's a tough team.
But at home, you should have got one. You should have got one of those at home.
I think so. Right.
To swallow, tough way to lose. We're going to hear from more Buckeyes, then we'll have a lot more here on the post-game show looking at the postseason. Kyle Young is at the podium right now. And
no, I agree. Michigan is a tough game, and then these guys are really, really tough, both top 5 teams. And then,
when do you think we should take this? Like maybe 5 till?
We just know we want to step.
We got to do a little bit of
yeah.
You think 5 till's enough?
Was it 17 on the clock? Anthem alternating.
Okay, Kyle, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
They'll probably tip around 7:02, 7:03.
Coach next, everyone.
I think I've got
sounds about right.
Eric, am I on right now, buddy? Yeah, good deal. So we're just going to wait here for a second until Chris Holton comes back to the podium. You caught the end of Kyle Young. If you were listening with us throughout the end of the broadcast, I'm hoping that you're able to hear a little bit of CJ Walker.
Yeah, we're talking.
We're talking. We've been talking all the time.
Check.
Test.
This is a
test 1,
right
test
now.
2, 1, 2, 3, live from St. Ignatius.
Test.
I have
We're okay?
never ever seen
a
season now that is more hard, that is more
No, I said thanks. If we need to do anything, let me know.
Because overall,
nobody tells us that most times, so nobody normally tells us it sounds good.
A difficult loss.
Come on.
So
You've seen our act,
worse
Joe.
than usual.
A team that good.
Thanks,
the
Dave.
hottest team in the country.
No problem.
Hottest team in the country.
Can always count on you for an honest
seed,
answer.
You used to be for a good chunk of the month, the last 2 months. You had him on the ropes. We could have taken him out. It could have moved you back up to a 1 line, and it would have had you confident going into the Big Ten tournament.
Cherry Zebnik thinks that they might have overpacked.
Small little things. there is not
packed what?
that
Look at that.
right? That
Oh.
separates
Treasure chest full
somebody
of gear.
from feeling
Well, I
really
was busting
good,
their balls because
having
I go over there, walk
positive
over there, go, guys, what are you doing?
into
Playing the
feeling
winners?
like
They look at me like, I
it's
mean, you got
over.
8 guys
It's
here. For
Right,
crying out
yeah.
tough feeling right now to lose this game that way.
That's the CBS look right there. They got the Blazers in it.
Harder with some shots.
You're
Settling for the outside jumpers when you're beating.
too young to be Billy Packer, kid.
And you finally found some things to work. There were some great things in this game. We're going to talk about
Raft.
Let's go back out to the shot. Chris Holtman is at the podium.
Oh, the Wildcats.
We'll go to Adam Jardy here.
Yes! And the fall.
Like you said, not enough plays there late. You're up 68-64.
Yeah, Couch channeled some.
Wayne had 5 of them. Some of them seemed
Marv
forced.
Albert the other night.
What did you see there? I guess your shot selection the last 3 minutes.
Well, he forced a couple. The other, I think he had a couple clean ones, but
Oh, I know this guy in front of us to the right. I just don't.
he's got to play with
Can't go with his
players,
name right now.
in those situations. And he will. I thought he played with really good players throughout the game. We got to help him with that. He's got to make better decisions.
During the speeches and things like that, I don't want to read too much into things, but he stood about 15 feet away from everybody. It looked like he couldn't talk to anyone. Did you have any conversations with him yet, or have you addressed it at all with him? Just, I guess, how he comes out of a game like this?
Oh no, he's fine. He just was disappointed. He didn't get anything from He loves his.
The Knicks come into this one losers of 4 in a row.
I don't know what reaction you want a young man to make right after the game. He loves CJ. He loves. I think probably that was part of it. He was so emotional because he wanted it so bad for those guys.
Old school, you got your color guard over there. We're not tipping until like 5 after because those guys to walk out to half court.
Oh yeah.
We'll stick with the
And this is like not the kids' color guard. This
No.
is from the halls of Montezuma to the banks of Tripoli.
What the hell?
We fight our. I mean, no, you gotta see these guys are gonna raise the colors, Dave.
And you blew the lyrics on top of it, too.
What is it, to the shores of
Dave,
Tripoli?
these guys bringing the
Yeah,
color
sure.
guard in.
Shores of Tripoli, yeah.
Dave, these guys bringing the color guards and bringing the flags in. This might possibly, quite possibly, maybe the last thing they do.
Yeah, I'm sure they're older gentlemen.
They may have fought in World War
Your
II.
shot is what we're looking at, Rob. And
Not
we
Korea.
had, okay quality.
Crew in front of us.
Possessions are never a good quality.
Dave, today these guys were up there. I looked over at Jared and said the Toledo radio crew has had both their
A couple
vaccinations.
of those possessions we crossed. Didn't
Yeah, they don't have to wipe their gear down in between broadcasts
No.
because they're covered.
Possessions we did, we just didn't convert.
These guys are 18, 19, whatever, 20 years old. They bounce back pretty good. But how do you keep them buoyant beyond that? With a little minute with this little streak here.
Yeah, I think you just focus on the task at hand, improving, growing. We're going to have a really big-time challenge. Our first game in the Big Ten tournament. I think you just focus on as much as better. Take some of the positives that came out of
Did
today.
you get ripped for leaving Joe in the car, or were you all right?
Came out today.
What?
Did you get ripped for leaving Joe in the car?
No, there hasn't been any criticism yet.
Do we see no Joe Banner?
Right, I know, but you know what? The only one I had in the car was the on air. It wouldn't have fit over here because it would have gotten lost. That's why
I
I
have
didn't put it
no
up.
problem with you not having it.
I like the streaming banner because it goes right in front of us.
This is not a banner
How do
friendly.
you get
No.
them to strike a balance between, being himself
Fellas,
as an aggressive?
We want that banner down now.
Looking to
Yes, sir.
playmaker, because they
Where
were
was
stretching
that?
the second half where he
Or you're just saying if we tried it here?
The color guard would have
like
said
a
that.
really dynamic kind of playmaker for you, and then in the last 4, it just looked like he was trying to force it.
Yeah, he did. I thought he had some really
There's only
good
4
decisions.
banners we fly in this gymnasium, boys. Yours ain't one of them.
Yeah, I think we just, we got to keep teaching him. We got to keep teaching him. We just got to play with more poise, make better decisions very late because the ball is going to continue to be in his hands. We just got to keep teaching. He's a willing learner. I thought collectively we had poor ball screen defense. there against Iowa late. And I think some of that was affected their offensive. A couple of guys disappointed about their decision making. Obviously, these guys wanted the game, but I think just keep teaching Dwayne those situations where he's got to read the game and read the game better. But you're right. I thought his decision making
No.
parts of the game.
You think so?
And you can right now what you think.
Wait, going the way you think it's going to go, or going the other way?
Fairly assertive today, more assertive than he has been in the last few games.
Oh, wow.
You know, with his versatility, it seems like a guy you have to get going here as you get into March. What did you think of the way he played?
I don't know why.
Wow.
I thought he was.
That just hit you right now?
I just thought I would throw it. I mean, I don't know if we've ever done this in our lives. I just was killing a couple minutes and thought popped in my head, and I just thought I'd see what you thought. I hope the hell I'm wrong.
Next up, Steven Beans.
Obviously, he had a solid game today. He's had some other solid games, especially against some of the better opponents on the guys' schedule. How do you get that to be more consistent downstream situation where it is?
When do you start the?
Just focus on his, playing to his strengths. Him playing to his strengths. He is battling this groin injury that has limited his practice.
Thank you, Joe.
Significantly. I think get him healthy and then just get him playing to his strengths. Again, I thought he did some good things today. I thought his effort on the glass was really good. Defensively, I think he can continue to grow, but just keep focus on him doing what he does and doing it well.
Well, I got to talk to our guys sometimes.
Pretty much come down
Things kind of like go out for you guys. How do you improve in that area? How do you kind of learn from those 3 games and kind of apply it when it's a tournament?
Yeah, we just got to keep teaching. Got to keep working on it. Got to keep. Teaching. Got to learn.
You're agreeing with me that we're not going to be happy. You just think it's a lot closer.
I think it's a lot closer.
Some of it comes down to making shots. They're making open three. We're missing open.
I think if they played this at like Midview, maybe it's different. I think coming in here is tough for these kids to look at. I really believe that. Oh shit!
Next up here for a question, Brendan.
Never mind. Sorry, Joe.
Chris, it felt like the second half there was a different mentality around trying to drive at.
We can turn ours down.
We didn't have the foul in the first half. We picked up 4 fouls in about 12 minutes in the second half. Is that just a product of the way you were playing? Or
I know.
Emphasis that you guys made in the lockers saying, hey, we've got to try to drive these guys.
No, I think we were just trying to be more assertive offensively. I think we're trying to assert it.
Look at this.
Attack in better situations and some ball screen situations. I think the guys did a good job of that.
And how about with the schedule this week? Whether or not you're going to play Thursday or Friday, is your preparation schedule to get ready for the Big Ten tournament going to be the same, going to be different based on when you would start playing? Do you have any idea about that?
Yeah. I mean, we'll I believe right now we're playing on Thursday, so we'll play the week before.
Patrick Murphy. Chris, I know we talked a lot in the past week or so about the offense and getting that back going. I know you had some time when you guys struggled and weren't scoreless for a while and made some well. What are the positives and negatives that you take from this offensively with what you guys were able to do after a week off the
Yeah, we're certainly better than we were against Iowa, but I just think we got to keep getting better in certain areas. We were too slow to a couple loose balls. Again, I didn't think we played unnecessary plays there late. But there's some really good things that came out of the game, some really good moments, some guys that games. I thought effort in certain areas was much better. We looked at pressure, but we'll evaluate all those things and have a great film session and get back to it.
And I know you talked about Justin when we talked to you the other day and getting him open and whatnot, but is there something to him just needing to take some of the shots? It seemed at times that he passed up a couple that maybe were contested, but he was taking off the shot.
Yeah, no, I didn't think I saw the same thing. I thought he had some I thought he was aggressive. As a matter of fact, I thought probably one could have. I thought he played. He did a good job screening. He was 2 of 7. I think one of them probably he could have fed it right to EJ. Probably would have been a better decision. I like this guy.
Next up, Keaton. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. Keaton Maison.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Coach, just going into this stretch, this 4-game stretch, you kind of talked about how you learned about your team's maturity this players throughout this. Just kind of what have you learned despite the losing streaks? Have you seen positives from your team, negatives? Just what can you take from this year?
I'm not really looking at anything in terms of the streak. I just think we're trying to get better from one game to the next. So I would say that we learned from the Iowa game. We were better today, and we got to learn from today and keep moving forward in the next week. The schedule is what it is. We're trying to take from one game to one practice, get better, and move forward.
And then I want to ask you about the student section. There were 7 seniors there today. They said they reached out, wanted to be able to go there. Just anything you can tell about kind of the process of getting there, and then also what it was like after the first season without having enough.
Loved having him there. I saw him right before tip. David Egelhoff pointed around. I love those guys. And those guys have been, the Nut House. We desperately missed him, particularly in these last 3 home games. I'm sure that's across the country, but we desperately missed him. So I love seeing him there. I know our players are too. We're so grateful that they've, took the initiative to get over here. It means a lot to them. We love the Nut House. We appreciate them. Love those seniors that have committed a lot of their, time throughout their college careers to come over here and support us and give great energy. I just really appreciate them. So I wanted to go hug every one of them. I just couldn't do what they worked there pretty hard.
We'll take a couple more here. Go to Colin Hasshill and then Rob All.
CJ really came on. And
Bookville beat Norton 76-41.
After made that I think they went a little over 3 minutes.
You ain't kidding.
When you look back on it, you reflect on it.
Do you want some of those games that I was going to tell you about?
I got Heights and Medina.
I think we missed him a couple times on some actions.
Those are the 2 that I got.
We ran 2 actions to him.
I don't know. I'm kind of content with that. I don't know.
It's fine.
They made it difficult for him to catch it. We got to give him a ball.
Well, if Medina wins, then we'd want to get the McKinley Hoover score, right? So they would play. We don't really care about it if they don't.
Okay.
If to me, whatever score you get, if you want to throw it out there, D1 boys can.
Yeah, I hope so.
Fine.
So you guys see Mr. Alcorn there?
Just got to get better.
It's across the way.
I just think he stopped on it.
I just saw his post on Facebook.
We didn't play through the whistle. There's some things where we can be better, but we did some really good things, and hopefully we can look at the things where we have to do better and learn from them.
He only criticized me 3 times today.
Day's not over.
Go ahead.
Chris, you're talking about poise, you're talking about decision making, you're talking about learning. Is that a bit of a head scratcher? You've done this a long time. Is this a bit of a head scratcher?
That's kind of a win so far. Things are looking good.
Isn't there? And that the decision making isn't there when it was earlier in the season. In other words, these guys, that they need to keep relearning.
If they don't take a break pretty soon, we're going to have to dump out of this. But
I
we'll
just
see if
think
they.
As soon as these guys start to do, I think that's when we can do it.
In those moments, and we've done a really good job in some moments. And honestly,
I'm not sure how long this post-game interview with the coach goes.
But
We said a couple of questions earlier. We'll take a couple more, so they're probably close to being done. But regardless, we're close to being done.
10-minute mark to the
I like these
And then we
scoreboards.
had some good decisions there late.
This might be Sean Mannion. Might be our guy on the left. If that's the case, he's really good.
That's a good call.
It's just for
Stan the caddy. That's a good call.
We played a good defense.
If only I could get the guy to the right. I mean, I know who it is. I'm like, trying to set my tongue.
But again, we're probably having a different conversation.
Here come the colors.
That 3 coming to his left.
When he's done with this question, dump. Or when he's done talking, dump.
Oh, wow. They gave it to a police officer.
Look, do I have a problem with that? You know, I think it was a pretty clean look. You know, do I have a problem with Kyle's look? Not really. Again, I thought we missed EJ a couple times there, and then they really collapsed on him when we did get him the ball. But you know, you make 1 or 2 of those, it's a different deal.
It's time for a special sports presentation on AM 930
and
100.3 FM. WEOL, Elyria, Lorain, Medina.
All over the internet.
Gotta get on the internet.
Listen online at WEOL.com.
It's the WEOL Center for Orthopedics Tournament Cage matchup. Today, the Lorain Titans face the St. Ignatius Wildcats. It's brought to you by the Center for Orthopedics, getting you back to what matters most. Cobos Insurance Center, your Grange independent agents. Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Life Care Center of Elyria, Medina, and Westlake. Raymond Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Outstanding service since 1957. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. And by Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. We're getting set for the Titans and the Wildcats. But first, the pregame show on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Wake up call.
It's a good morning and I'm feeling bad.
Good morning. Good morning, and a special good morning to you this morning.
I'm Bruce Van Dyke. I'm Craig Adams. Start your day with the WEOL Morning Show. Craig updates you on the local news. We'll check in with some sports and interviews from people in the community, your neighbors and friends. Also people who don't live near you and who are not your friends. 7 to 9 on WEOL.
Be safe. For the latest weather watches and warnings, your official weather station is AM 930 WEOL.
I'm Joe Tate, and I have a podcast that takes a look back at my sports.
Dave, I don't know if you heard me. I said play one spot and an ID.
I'm having a problem. I was having a problem pulling up the playlist for the commercials. It went to Monday's playlist, but I see it. I'm going to get the high school one pulled up here after the ID.
Just get it to me.
AM 930 and 100.3 FM, WEOL, Elyria, Lorain.
Cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
You're on.
And good evening and welcome to Sullivan Gym at West 30th and Lorain. We are at St. Ignatius High School. Division I, a district championship game between the number 2 seed St. Ignatius Wildcats and the 10th seed Lorain Titans. Rob Polinsky joined by Jared Kozar and the Titans and Coach Rossitano. Averaging 61 points on offense, giving up 54 on defense with a record of 8-5. They got here by defeating Garfield Heights Thursday night, 64-58. And that was Wednesday night, I'm sorry. Wednesday night they defeated Garfield Heights 64-58. And then a week ago last Saturday, we saw them as they defeated Midview 70-35. Of course, Craig Couch had for you the game against Garfield Heights. For St. Ignatius, the number 2 seed, they come in a record of 16-6. The open tournament play by defeating Parma 51-38. And then the other night, they got a no contest over Amherst as the Comets weren't able to play due to COVID. Jared Kozar, Division I Boys District Final. This one should be an exciting ball game. 2 teams that legitimately have a chance to move pretty deep in this tournament.
And they are kind of familiar with each other at this level. We've seen this matchup before for a district championship. I just don't think we've ever seen it here because it's been at a blended site before. So it's a little bit different of a feel as far as that goes. But no less in terms of the importance of the competition going on here tonight and the level of play, because it is outstanding. And literally littered with guys that can really do a lot and have next level ability.
And of course, a lot of different differences is that there's so many less fans here, so you have less of a feel as well. Cameron Joyce, second-year head coach of the St. Ignatius Wildcats. They've lost 2 of their last 3. Prior to that, they won 9 in a row. They're going to run out there C.J. Little, the 6'1 freshman, 6'7 senior Henry Rayner, 16 points, 8 rebounds a game. 5'11 sophomore Braden Zapaniak. John Efforts, a 6' junior, 16 a game. Will Yontek, 6'7 senior, 8 points and 6 rebounds per game. And you can tell they have got some height. In fact, Zapaniak is 6'4 sophomore. For Lorain, the Titans are going to go out there with Seth Wilson, a 6'4 senior, 23 points a game. And Devontae Jackson, a 6'2 senior, at 9.8 a game. Cameron Thomas, a 6'4 senior, at 5.5 points. Jameer Billings, a 5'10 senior, at 14.2. And Aiden Brown, 6'5 senior, at 5.8 points per game. Jared, with the height of St. Ignatius, to me, this one boils down to, can Lorain rebound with this basketball team? If they can, they've got a chance to go to the Sweet 16. If they can't, it makes it much, much more difficult.
Well, we can break this down into a microcosm. Can Lorain rebound with them for 32 minutes is the question. They might be able to do it in spurts, and sometimes that could be enough depending on how you can ride some momentum here. But I think the first 3 minutes of this ball game are really going to spell out how the rest of the evening is going to go. I think if Lorain gets out to a quick start and a fast start and they're efficient, they might be able to ride that for a while and be in for some good things.
A big loss for St. Ignatius there without Mike Mattimore, a 6'1 senior. He was hurt, not on the basketball court. Coach Joyce told me before the game he was a big part of why they won last Saturday against Parma. They're missing one of their senior leaders. They're dedicating the game to him tonight, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That shortens their bench. It takes one of their big players away.
They'll have to, make some adjustments there, but they're getting a few people back, too, in terms of talking to some of their staff throughout the week. They had a good week of practice for some of their kids that were able to get back into playing condition over the past couple of weeks, been banged up. So they're pretty deep, are the Wildcats. Lorain's got their work cut out for them, but again, the thing is that they're not going to fear anything that comes out of this Wildcat ball club tonight, and that speaks volumes at this level. There is no intimidation factor.
Titans are in blue uniform, St. Ignatius in white. Titans come out onto the floor to be Aiden Brown and jumping against Henry Rayner. Ball's in the air and it is controlled by St. Ignatius. John Efforts with the basketball. Efforts across the timeline. Efforts will get it to Will Yontek. Yontek on the three-point line. Yontek driving in on Aiden Brown. He'll spin around Brown. Brown with a nice block. Yontek got it back. Kicks it out to Little for 3. Left wing 3, no good. Jameer Billings with the rebound. He'll hand it off to Devontae Jackson. First Lorain possession. Jackson back outside to Seth Wilson. He's guarded by Braden Zapaniak. Wilson out to Devontae Jackson. Man-to-man defense for the Wildcats. Jackson on the right side to Aiden Brown. Brown has Yontek on him. He'll leave it for Seth Wilson. Zapaniak all over him. Wilson working on Zapaniak. Kicks it outside to Jackson. Jackson and the Titans have had the ball a long time on this opening possession. 7:10 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Aiden Brown with the basketball. Brown goes top of the key to Devontae Jackson. Jackson's guarded by John Efforts. Jackson, top of the key, 3. Back of the rim, no. Rebound comes down. It's a Henry Rayner for Ignatius. Gets it to C.J. Little. Right back to Rayner. Rayner, top of the key. Over to C.J. Little. He and Rayner play catch. Rayner will lift for 3 and hit it. Henry Rayner with the first points of the ball game. Ignatius leads 3-0. For the basketball, it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be St. Ignatius basketball.
St. Ignatius basketball.
Crowd control, 1.5 minutes into the game.
You've been doing so well all tournament week these past couple of weeks, and it comes out here.
We're not missing the game because of youngsters, so that's the way it goes, Jared. They either get it or they don't. Get it or get out. I don't care either way. Efforts with a 3. It's up, no good. Seth Wilson with a rebound. Here come the Titans. With it is Billings. Goes over to Jackson. Jackson with the basketball. Jackson and the Titans are down 3-0. Over to Jameer Billings. Right side, Aiden Brown. He'll hand it off to Seth. Wilson with the basketball. Back to Aiden Brown. Brown's going to drive in. He throws it away. John Efforts with the steal. 2-on-1. Efforts gets it ahead to Zapaniak. He tries to save it from going out of bounds, but saves it to Devontae Jackson of Lorain. to Billings for a 3 in the tie. It's short, barely through the rim. Aiden Brown saves the rebound to Cameron Thomas. Out to Seth Wilson. Wilson going to West Virginia. On the drive, missed it. Had a block. Returned by Cameron Thomas. No good. And the rebound comes down to C.J. Little. Wildcats on the run. They throw it away again. Both teams maybe a little bit of nerves here, Jared. 5:34 to go in the opening quarter. Ignatius leads 3-0, and we've got a timeout for St. Ignatius. We'll take a timeout as well. A 30-second timeout. We're back after this. Ignatius 3, Lorain nothing. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedic Boys Tournament Cage Matchup on AM, on FM, and online.
Yeah, WEOL.com.
Speaking for the Center for Orthopedics, here's Dr. Dan Zanotti.
Today we're talking about PRP or stem cell.
That crowd mic can come down a little bit.
Everything okay?
Many injuries, including arthritis,
yeah,
and other abnormalities.
Everything loaded up on its own.
However, there are some benefits to certain.
Does Jared need to be louder than me? We're both about the same.
These can include.
You're about the same. You're good.
Arthritis and other injuries throughout the body. The Center for Orthopedics specializes in multiple types of stem cell and PRP injections and provide any information needed if you're interested.
For an appointment, call the Center for Orthopedics at 440-329-2800.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Titans with the basketball following the timeout. We get a whistle to holding foul, and it is going to go on Henry Rayner, his first, team's first.
His first, team first.
5:27 to go first quarter. Lorain trails 3-0. We're just underway. Alongside Jared Kozar, I'm Rob Polinsky. Joe Bach with WLCS TV 20 here as well. Joe Bach streaming this live on YouTube. It'll be on Spectrum Cable a little later on, 10:25. Joe Bach and Lorain City Schools Television making the trip to Cleveland. Aiden Brown with the basketball. Man-to-man, good defense for Ignatius. Gets the basketball to Seth Wilson. Long three over Zapaniak. Missed it. Rebound, John Efforts. Efforts coming out of there. Got it to Rayner. Rayner on the drive. Rayner inside. Missed it. Rebound. Loose on the floor. Seth Wilson has it. Lorain basketball. Wilson goes right side. Jameer Billings. He'll step back. A 3 to tie it. He'll miss it. Rebound. Tipped out to Zapaniak of Ignatius. He'll hand it to C.J. Little. And we played 3.5 minutes, and St. Ignatius leads 3-0. But the defensive intensity of this one, Jared, is palpable.
They're all over it out there, both teams, in terms of, flying around for those loose balls, everything they can do to get at the other team right now.
They're going to dump it into Rayner. He's 6'7". Cameron Thomas has him. Rayner trying to work on Thomas. Now on the right elbow. Got it. Spinning inside. Jantek off the glass. Missed it. Got his own rebound. Gets tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow, Lorain. Jantek just missed from point-blank range. He's a 6'7" senior. Substitutions for Lorain into the basketball game. Jaco Lee, a 5'9" senior. 5 points a game and a couple of assists. We're going to inbound to Aiden Brown. Brown in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Jaco Lee. Lee into the front court. 2-on-1. His bounce pass ahead. The layup goes up and in. Javon Manning. He just checked in alongside Jaco Lee. And Lorain gets their first points. They trail 3-2. Halfway through the first quarter. Efforts, jump stop, threw it away. Rayner ran it down. Rayner, though, was out of bounds. He's 6'7", Jared. He stretched to get that ball, and his right foot was out of bounds when he touched it.
In a pretty athletic move to keep going. He kept his dribble while that was all going on. But it's a turnover nonetheless for Ignatius. And how about the guys for Lorain? You got Manning and Lee that come in and check in, play two-man, and get a bucket right away.
Exactly. Seth Wilson with the basketball. Wilson and his team down 3-2. Top of the circle jumper. Rim, no. Rebound. Loose on the floor. Rayner has it for Ignatius. Gets it to Zapaniak. Low scoring first quarter. 3-2 Wildcats. 3.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Left side, C.J. Little, the freshman. He got a nice pass to Zapaniak, laid it in. Beautiful assist from C.J. Little. It's 5-2 Ignatius.
And he thought about taking a deep shot, waited for something else to develop, and found his man down low.
Wilson in the backcourt. He'll get it to Jameer Billings into the forecourt. To Aiden Brown. Brown will get a blocking call on Zapaniak. Zapaniak's first, team second. Ignatius is going to bring a couple subs into the game for the first time. Willing coming in is C.J. Yarian. How about a 6'10" junior comes off your bench? And also into the game, Carter Jackson, a 6'2" freshman.
Good to have depth, huh?
Yep. They're going to get it to Seth Wilson. Wilson, Jaco Lee called for, didn't get it. Wilson on the three-point line. Wilson spinning. John Efforts all over him defensively. They have really done a good job in the first quarter on Seth Wilson, whether it be Zapaniak or Efforts. Wilson into Zapaniak. Put it up. No good. Rebound, Henry Rayner. Ignatius basketball up 5-2, 2:45 to go opening quarter. John Efforts, top of the key to Yarian. Back outside, John Efforts, a long three, got it. John Efforts with his first points of the night. Ignatius leads 8-2. Full court pressure. Aiden Brown with a basketball into the forecourt. Yarian went to the steal, got it. Pass ahead to Efforts, he lays it up and in. Timeout, Lorain. St. Ignatius 10, Lorain 2, 2:22 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage matchup on AM, on FM, and online.
At WEOL.com.
All this month. Nick, one, please.
Can you bring that crowd mic down anymore?
Car, truck, and SUV in stock. F-150s, $13,000 off. EcoSports, $8,000.
Because they're really getting loud over
it. Well, text me or whatever you need it up, down, or whatever.
Escape,
I just turned it down quite a bit.
Nick Abraham.
All right, thank you.
Company to choose from, but all 2020s must be sold this month, so hurry in before they're gone. Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, Route 57 at East Broad Street, Elyria.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Each team has taken a timeout in the first quarter. Ignatius up 10-2 on 2 3-point field goals by Rayner and Efforts. That's been 6 of their 10 points. Pressure in the backcourt. Wilson with the basketball. Wilson got it to Jameer Billings, who gets it into the forecourt. Jameer Billings will pull it back out, goes to Seth Wilson. Wilson, right side Billings. Billings back to Wilson, edge of the center circle. Ignatius up 10-2. Wilson dribbling around, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Aiden Brown, left side Cameron Thomas, out to Wilson, guarded by Efforts. Cross court Billings. Billings jacks a three. That's well short. Rebound out to Cameron Thomas. They get an offensive rebound, keep the ball. Seth with it. Seth trying to get around to Yarian. Over Yarian. The shot goes up. It's no good. And Yarian with a rebound. He'll get it ahead on the run. They pass it ahead to Rayner, put it up, and we get a foul. So C.J. Little with the outlet. Foul is going to go Jameer Billings. We're going to get a couple of free throws. Billings first down Lorain. Henry Rayner, we don't have free throw percentages on St. Ignatius. They didn't give us any stats at all. Coach Joyce before the game told me a couple of his kids what they average. I've never understood what the big secret is, but so be it. Their prerogative. Free throw up and good. It's 11-2 St. Ignatius.
You're going to complain about stats again for the second time today. And I don't know if I can stand that very much longer.
It wasn't a complaint. I made a statement and left it.
It's their prerogative. It was a little bit of a shot, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of a shot is different.
Okay.
1 out of 2 free throws, no good. Rebound comes down to Cameron Thomas. We get a whistle. And I think Rayner has to come out as an official's timeout, Jared, as maybe he got poked in the eye. So coming in for him will be Alex Garcia, a 6'7" senior. My goodness, do they have some height. You're bringing in 6'10" and 6'7" off your bench. 90 seconds to go first quarter. The defense of St. Ignatius has been outstanding in this first quarter. Nothing short of incredible. They lead 11-2. Jaco Lee gets it into the front court. Bounce pass ahead. Cameron Thomas inside. Put it up. No good. Rebound. They get it ahead to C.J. Little. Little into the front court. Little on the drive. Little goes back up top. Got it to Garcia. Garcia by the midcourt line. Ignatius up by 9 as we approach the 1 minute mark. Garcia steps back, puts it up off the rim. No. Rebound Seth. Wilson with a rebound. He'll get it across the midcourt stripe. Wilson, he's going to be fouled as playing him tight as Carter Jackson. Jackson's first, team second. Jameer Billings comes in. Let me correct myself. That's 3 team fouls on Ignatius. Seth Wilson will get a breather. So right now you've got Billings, also Manning, Thomas, Lee, and the 5th Titan out there is Devontae Jackson with the basketball. Titans need a basket in the worst way here, Jared. Down 9, late stages first quarter.
Seth Wilson on the bench. This is kind of how they tried to close out the quarter number 1 against Garfield Heights the other night as well.
There's going to be a whistle and a foul on Yarian. They are really, really aggressive defensively. Yarian called for the foul, his first, team fourth. Jameer Billings is going to inbound. Now Wilson back in. He'll replace Javon Manning. 42.7 to go in the first quarter. Ignatius up 11-2. Seth Wilson with the basketball. Wilson guarded by Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson on Wilson, goes left side to Devontae Jackson. Jackson guarded by John Efforts. Jackson can't shake Efforts. Now we go back up top. 26 seconds to go in the quarter to Seth. Ignatius up 11-2. And this Ignatius crowd, we're on their side of the court. They appreciate the defensive effort of their team. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Seth dribbling. Back to Jake O'Lee, edge of the center circle. 8 seconds, hands it off to Seth. Ignatius up by 9. Seth says clear out. 5 seconds, 4. 3-point line. He'll have to go back to Devontae Jackson. Gets off a 3, it's blocked. Boy, that defense at the end of the quarter, that typified the whole first quarter. After 1, Ignatius 11, Lorain 2. We're back after this timeout at the Center for Orthopedics cage matchup on AM, on FM, and online.
At WEOL.com.
Shopaholics and people who hate shopping have come.
2, please.
Shop for insurance.
Everything all right, Dave?
Grange Insurance.
Yes, sir.
Crowd mic better? You want it louder, quieter?
Maybe just a little bit quieter.
For you.
Since you got those people right behind you.
Insurance companies and recommend only the best ones. Companies like Grange, who offer great value claim service. Call Cobos Insurance today at 440-324-3732.
Products not available in all states.
Winter storms can do a number on your trees. Hi, I'm Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs, talking about Eco Tree Services. Call now and have Eco Tree Services take care of problem trees before they cause damage. And after storms, they offer 24-hour emergency. EcoTree is owned by second-generation family arborists, and they use the newest, most efficient equipment in the industry. Make EcoTree Services your complete tree care company. Learn more online at ecotreeservices.com.
This is the Center for Orthopedics cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
And if you're just joining us, earlier this afternoon, Toledo Notre Dame Academy ended the season for Olmsted Falls 67-40. A great season for Jordan Eaton and the Lady Bulldogs and ends in Sandusky. They lose the regional final 67-40. Seth Wilson with a steal. Wilson on the drive. Wilson lays it up. We're going to say no basket. Foul was on the floor before the shot. So this will be the 16th foul on Ignatius.
His first.
Their team's 5th. And Lorain only has committed 1 foul. For Lorain, Billings to inbound. Billings looking, gets it to Jackson. Jackson on the 3-point line. Jackson can't get around to Garcia, who's there defensively. Now takes a pull-up jumper, and he got it. Devontae Jackson with his first points of the night. 11-4, and spotted out of bounds. It'll stay with Ignatius. Billings, Wilson, Lee, Thomas, and Jackson to begin the second quarter for Lorain. Rayner, Garcia, also Yarian, Efforts, and Jackson are on the floor for St. Ignatius. Rayner across midcourt, guarded by Seth Wilson. Rayner in front of the Lorain bench. He'll get it back outside to Carter Jackson. Jackson threw it away. Turnover, give it to Lorain. 7:24 to go until the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show.
Part of what I think was going on here in the first quarter, Rob, Jameer Billings was trying to figure out who he wanted to be his assignment, I think, and go after that individual. It's just been really tough to itemize who he thinks their most important offensive weapon is right now, because normally that's the matchup Lorain wants, and Billings to get onto that gentleman and see if they can lock him down.
In the corner, Devontae Jackson. Jackson double team. Got to get rid of it. Does so to Seth. Now he finds Jake O'Lee open in the corner for 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound inside Jackson, no. Rebound Rayner. You know, we've talked about the Ignatius defense, and we should, because they're up 11-4. But Lorain has stayed in this game early on because their defense has been very good as well. Yontek with the basketball. He'll hand it off to C.J. Little. Little, top of the key. Little dumped it into Yontek. Yontek inside, double team. Seth Wilson went for the steal, knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Ignatius. Substitutes Aiden Brown in for Lorain. Coming into the basketball game for the Wildcats, A.J. Fletcher. Fletcher in for the first time. He started when we saw them against Medina way back in the early season, Jared. Now they'll get it to Rayner. Rayner with the basketball. We saw that Ignatius Medina game early. They're both playing tonight in district final, and Ignatius beat Medina by 2 that night. They throw it away, it'll be a Lorain defense.
It would have been our second game of the season, and you're right. They still look like they're pretty potent right now. We'll see what goes on. They're going to put it back. It's going to go the other way.
Where they are going to change the call, and the big redhead is fired up. John Razzapatano is really upset.
Ron Bank and Don Reese are officials that got together on that one.
And up top, Yontek with it. He'll hand it off to Efforts. Sean Manuel is the other ref. On the right side, Efforts puts it up and he hit it. John Efforts with 7. And that's a big call now because it gave Ignatius the possession and they score. 13-4 St. Ignatius, 6:12 to go in the half. Billings with the basketball. Billings gets it back to Seth. Seth in the corner to Cameron Thomas, double teamed, in trouble. Finds Seth Wilson going to the basket, reverse layup, and he scores. Seth Wilson with his first points of the night. 13-6, good job moving without the ball. Other end, missing the layup is Little, and Aiden Brown got a rebound for Lorain. Titans on the run for one of the few times now. But Ignatius gets back defensively. They hand it off to Billings. Billings trying to get some room between him and Efforts, can't. Left side for Wilson over Rayner, or I should say over Fletcher for 3, and he got it. Seth with 5, and Lorain is within 4 at 13-9. So a big-time run here for the Titans as they're back to within 4. They get it into Yontek, working on Cameron Thomas. A left-handed hook off the rim twice, no good. Seth with a rebound. Lorain can cut into the lead further. Just across half court, he'll take it. Wow, was that out there. Fletcher tips the rebound to Devontae Jackson of Lorain. Jackson finds Aiden Brown inside. Blocked from behind by Efforts. It'll be Lorain basketball. What a job by Efforts to get back.
It seemed as if Brown was going to be able to put that one back after the 34-footer taken by Seth Wilson. They get the long rebound. You'd think that that possession is going to lead to points, and it still may, but that could be a big momentum shift with that block right there.
Javon Manning checks in. Aiden Brown with it. He'll hand it off to Billings. Lorain down 4 with 5 minutes to play in the first half. Left side, Billings for 3. Got it! The Titans are within 1. Jameer Billings with his 44th 3 of the year. And the Titans on a 10-0 run have cut an 11-point lead to 1. CJ Little with the basketball. 13-12. Ignatius by 1. 4:40 to go in the half. Little on the drive. Put up a tough shot. No good. Rebound. Rayner back up. Nobody's fouled. Henry Rayner will shoot 2. Foul on Javon Manning. Team's second foul is first. Don Reese, Sean Manuel, Ron Bank, the 3 in charge of this one. Rayner, line left. His team up 1, puts it up, in and out. Jaco Lee back in for Lorain. Zapaniak comes in for Ignatius. Rayner will try to make 1 out of 2. The 6'7" senior. We're told that he makes 16 points a game and 8 rebounds per contest. Second toss, up and in. He's got 5, and it's 14-12 Ignatius. Wilson goes cross-court. Billings back to Wilson. Wilson across midcourt. He'll get it inside to Aiden Brown. Brown right back outside to Jaco Lee. Cross-court. Billings, the 3 in the lead. Back of the rim, no. Rebound Rayner. Lost it, out of bounds to who? It's going to be Lorain basketball, trailing by 2. 14-12. They trailed after 1, 11-2. Get it in the set. 15-footer baseline, no good. Rebound, CJ Little, St. Ignatius. Little on the run. Little into the forecourt. Little with a Euro step move. Missed it, got his own rebound. Back outside, he got to get the Zapaniak, threw it away. Ignatius, the turnovers starting to pile up for them, Jared.
They've got a half dozen so far. We've got 4:08 left to play in the first half. Going back to that last Lorain possession, it seems that Billings wants to catch and fire a lot. He might be starting to feel it off of that inbounds. You would have thought maybe he inbounds to Seth and Seth goes back to him, but I guess Seth feeling it now too as far as their run is concerned. So good things happening for the Titans when those guys touch the ball.
Seth Wilson with the basketball. Wilson with a floater. No good. Rebound. Javon Manning. Manning kicks it up to Seth. Seth puts it up. It is short. Rebound Seth Wilson. Wilson back inside. Put it up. No good. Rebound Javon Manning. Lorain crashing the boards. Out to Billings for 3 in the lead. That's short. Rebound comes down to C.J. Little. Jared, they had 4 cracks at it. They couldn't get it to go. The length of the defense with Rayner and Jantek, it is hard to go at them inside. C.J. Little with the basketball in between the circles. 3.5 to go first half. Ignatius leads by 2. Left side Rayner back up top to Zapaniak. Lobs it in for Jantek. Jantek in the lane lost it, and he was held. Foul on the Titans, and that is going to go on Devontae Jackson, his first, team's third. Cameron Thomas back in for Lorain. He'll replace Javon Manning. John Rositano announcing this is his final season at Lorain. Trying to take him on another long tournament run. Last year they lost in the regional semis to St. Ed's. They get the ball to C.J. Little. Little with the basketball. Little into the lane. Right there defensively is Lee. Missed the shot. Rebound loose on the floor. Jaco Lee got it for Lorain. Lee with the basketball. He'll bring it into the front court. Lee will wait for his teammates. Gets it to Billings. Back to Seth. Wilson with the basketball. Zapaniak on him. Wilson traveled. 2:57 to go in the half. 14-12. Ignatius by 2. Jared, St. Ignatius has been on 14 for a long time. They've scored 3 in this quarter.
They've been stuck on that number. You're correct, but it's their defense keeps them in this ballgame. They're so good at getting back defensively. Lorain can't get into a rhythm and get out on a break and have some sort of momentum built up that way.
Efforts throws it away. Another turnover. I think that's 7 turnovers on it.
Right.
Aiden Brown back in. Brown in for Jaco Lee. Some of these turnovers are just bad passes, Jared. It's not like great defense. They've tried to speed it up. Sometimes they throw it away, but right there, you can't make that turnover. There's not that much pressure on them.
And I think they lean on their length a little bit when they try to lead guys down there in the painted area. They've had a few that have gone out of bounds that way too, where Jantek's long and lean, but just still, you got to cover more ground to get it.
On the right side, you've got Billings. He goes cross court for Seth. Wilson with the basketball. Wilson over Jantek. Shot blocked from behind by Carter Jackson. He'll get it ahead to Will Jantek. Jantek will bring it into the forecourt. Jantek looking for Zapaniak. Got it to him. Seth Wilson's there defensively. 2:18 to go in a half. Ignatius leads 14-12. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar live from St. Ignatius High School. Get it inside. Rayner has it now. He'll go to Jantek. Jantek put it up. Nobody's fouled. Will Jantek will shoot 2 off the feed inside from Jackson. Foul line on Cameron Thomas. His first, team's 4th.
Will Jantek shooting 2.
Jantek will shoot 2. He is a 6'7 senior, 8 points, 6 rebounds a game, according to Coach Joyce. Looking for his first point of the night. He still is. 2:06 to go in the half. 14-12. St. Ignatius by 2. C.J. Yarian wants to check in, but he wants to check in for the shooter, Will Jantek. Jantek's second one. That's good. Splits the pair. Jantek comes out. Yarian comes in. 6'10 replaces 6'7.
It's good to have depth.
And good to have height. Devontae Jackson in the backcourt. His team down 3. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Jackson with it. Jackson looking. Pass is stolen by John Efforts. Efforts with a steal. Then he dribbled it off his foot. Got it back. Gets it out to Rayner. Cross court Jackson. He'll jack a 3 and hit it. Carter Jackson with his first points off the bench. The freshman with a 3, and Ignatius leads 18-12. Minute 39 to go in the half. Billings with a basketball. Billings across the timeline finds Seth Wilson. Wilson backs it out now. Left wing for Devontae Jackson. Jackson in front of the Ignatius bench. He'll bring it back out. Edge of the center circle. Guarded by Rayner. Hands it off to Aiden Brown. Brown right-hand dribble. Brown right back to Seth Wilson. Wilson with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Devontae Jackson. Jackson, top of the key three, in and out, no good. Boy, was halfway down and it rattled out. Lorain got the rebound, got it to Jackson. Ignatius up by 6, 1 minute to play in the first half. Henry Rayner in between the circles. Guarded by Jackson, into the lane, spins around Jackson, laid it in. Nice move, Henry Rayner, give him 7. And Ignatius leads 20-12. 45 seconds to go in the half. Aiden Brown with it. Brown bounce pass Cameron Thomas, double team. Got it back to Brown. Brown off the glass and in. Aiden Brown with his first 2. Lorain cuts the lead to 6. Half a minute to go in the first half. Efforts, dribbling. Efforts. Back outside, and we're going to get, a timeout for Lorain?
No, wow. Cam Joyce is taking it.
Yeah, timeout by Ignatius. Thank you. 22 seconds to go in the half. Ignatius wants a timeout. We'll step aside as well. Wildcats lead by 6. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage Matchup. Jared, we're on AM, we're on FM, we're online.
At WEOL.com.
Job seekers, are you looking to get ahead or train for a new industry? Lorain County Community College now offers
what was that?
Certificates designed to get you into a hot job quickly. Programs will teach you industry-identified skills, proven by the fact that LCCC graduates are the top choice of local employers. Many programs can even be completed entirely online. Get ahead, save money, stay safe, enroll today.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
I want to remind you that tonight's game is live on the YouTube Lorain Schools and TV20 station. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV20. Check out Lorain Schools TV20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV20. Spectrum Cable in Lorain on 1025. Joe Bach telling me before the game over 2.2 million views, and now they have over 1,700 videos up here.
And that's how our buddy Marissa McNeese is watching right now and criticizing us as this one's going on.
Oh, she doesn't need to watch us to criticize us. She's capable of doing that without watching. With the basketball, no, we're teasing. Good to have Marissa McNeese watching. We appreciate it. She did a great job this morning on the Nick Abraham Saturday morning wrap-up show, as she always does. Efforts on the right side, gets a 3, and he hit it. That's a big timeout. They drew that up. They wanted it. They get the 3. That's going to end the half. Efforts with a steal, puts it up, no good. You wonder why St. Ignatius took that timeout. They drew up that play. They knew it was a big play, Jared. And now they go into halftime leading 23-14. Coming up, we have the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show. Our score at half, Ignatius 23, Lorain 14. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage Matchup. Tonight's game on AM 930, FM 100.3. Download the mobile app and listen online anytime, Jared.
At WEOL.com.
Get back in the game of life faster after illness or injury at any of Life Care's 3 locations, Medina, Elyria, or Westlake. The expert therapy staff is ready to champion your recovery while strictly observing all CDC COVID-19 safety guidelines. The Advanced Rehab to Home program defines your specific physical, occupational, and speech therapy goals to help you succeed. Life Care Center of Medina, Elyria, and Westlake, your champions of care. Find us at lcca.com.
Save big at Nick Abraham Buick GMC in Elyria. They're giving the GM employee price to everyone on all remaining 2020s in stock. That's almost $10,000 off Buicks and $11,000 off GMCs. Hurry to Nick Abraham Buick GMC for the best selection. Or lease a 2021 Buick Encore, just $159 a month for 39 months. $19.95 due at signing. For details, visit Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Route 57 on East Broad Street, Elyria.
Speaking for the Center for Orthopedics, here's Dr. David Marsh.
The ACL is one of the 4 main ligaments that help keep the knee stable. ACL tears often occur during a non-contact cut or pivot where patients feel a sudden pop, the knee becomes swollen, and they limp. Regardless of age or activity, many people often decide to have the ACL rebuilt. This is to improve the overall stability to the knee to allow them to have normal function, recreation, and life.
For an appointment, call the Center for Orthopedics at 440-329-2800.
This is the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show on AM 930 and 100.3 FM WEOL.
Back to Rayner. Rayner top of the key. Over to C.J. Little. He and Rayner play catch. Rayner will lift for three and hit it. Henry Rayner with the first points of the ball game. Ignatius leads 3-0. An inbound to Aiden Brown. Brown in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Jaco Lee. Lee into the front court. 2-on-1. His bounce pass ahead. The layup goes up and in. Javon Manning. He just checked in alongside Jaco Lee. Left side, C.J. Little, the freshman. He got a nice pass as the Paniac laid it in. John Efforts, top of the key to Yarian. Thanks, Maddie. Appreciate your help. Back outside, John Efforts, a long.
Yeah, we're good. We're
got
playing some highlights.
John
He
Efforts,
gave me a couple basic stats, not much. Thanks for your help.
Take some pull-up.
Jared, this is Saint's cousin, Maddie Flores.
Sorry about that.
Christmas Eve guy.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to that.
And
Even worse.
Biontech with it. He'll hand it off to Efforts. Sean Manuel is the other ref. On the right side, Efforts puts it up and he hit it. Titans on the run for one of the few times now. But Ignatius gets back defensively. They hand it off to Billings. Billings trying to get some room between him and Efforts. Can't. Left side for Wilson over Rayner, or I should say over Fletcher for three, and he got it. Step with 5, and Lorain is within 4, 13-9. For three. Got it! The Titans are within 1. Jameer Billings with his 44th three of the year. He'll jack a 3 and hit it. Jackson with his first points off the bench. The freshman with a 3, and Ignatius leads 18-12. Henry Rayner in between.
Last one.
Thank you. Guarded by Jackson. Into the lane. Spins around Jackson. Laid it in. Nice move, Henry Rayner. Give him 7.
I've said this for a while, Jared. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does highlights like Dave Rydell back in studio control. Great job by Dave, as he always does. Only Dave could come up with those highlights, that many, in a 23-14 game. Unbelievable.
Only Dave can make you sound that good for that long as an extended period of time. That's like 12 highlights.
You might want to talk about sounding good. You might want to look good and say hi to Joe Bach, as he has got us here on the YouTube station. Great for having us, Joe. We appreciate it. Those highlights are brought to you by Life Care Centers of Elyria, Westlake, and Medina. They offer long-term rehab, short-term care, and all-age inpatient, outpatient services. After one quarter, Ignatius led 11-2. Yes, you heard me correct. 11-2 after one. Each team with 12 points in the second quarter. Ignatius leads at halftime 23-14. Taking a look at the scoring in the first half. First, for the home team, Henry Rayner has 7 points. Braden Zapaniak with a field goal for 2. John Efforts leads them. 4 field goals, 2 of them are threes. He's got 10. Will Yontek with 1. 20 from the starters. Off the bench, or I should say starting and not scoring, with C.J. Little. Off the bench, Carter Jackson has 3. 3 off the bench, 20 for the starters, gives St. Ignatius 23. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was A.J. Fletcher, Alex Garcia, and C.J. Yarian. For the Lorain Titans, Seth Wilson, a couple of field goals. 1 was a 3. Wilson with 5, all in the second quarter. Devontae Jackson with a field goal for 2. Jameer Billings, a 3-point field goal for 3, and Aiden Brown, a basket for 2. 12 points from the starting 5 of Lorain. Starting and not scoring, Cameron Thomas. Off the bench, Javon Manning has a field goal for 2. 2 off the bench, 12 for the starters, gives Lorain their halftime total of 14. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Jaco Lee. Again, our score at halftime, St. Ignatius 23, your Lorain Titans 14. We'll be back when we come back. Jared Kozar will take a look at the stat story, and he'll have the out-of-town scoreboard if he has any out-of-town scores. That's coming up next. Again, the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show. It's all part of the Center for Orthopedics, the tournament cage matchup. Our score, St. Ignatius 23, Lorain 14. We're on AM 930, FM 100.3. Jared Kozar, download that mobile app and listen online.
Yeah, WEOL.com.
Most people know they need life insurance, but don't know sure if they can afford it.
How many?
Helping clients keep their promises for generations.
Go 3.
Working with independent insurance
Jared,
agents like Cobos Insurance Center.
If you have
Call
time
Cobos
for Spock,
Insurance
great.
Center
If you
today.
don't,
Gain the peace of mind that comes with knowing that, if the worst were to happen, your loved one's financial futures are secure. Call Cobos Insurance Center at 324-3732 or online, visit KobosINS.com.
Hi, this is Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavaliers, talking about EcoTree Services and complete tree care. I had EcoTree Services come to my house. They took out some problem trees, trimmed some others, and now I'm truly proud of how the place looks. Even their cleanup was outstanding. You wouldn't even know EcoTree had been there. This is a great time of year to have EcoTree Services improve your property. Learn more online at ecotreeservices.com.
All this month, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is slashing prices on every remaining 2020 car, truck, and SUV in stock. F-150s, $13,000 off. EcoSports, $8,000 off. Save $7,500 on remaining 2020 Fusions, or choosing the $1,000 off. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford has over 70 to choose from, but all 2020s must be sold this month, so hurry in before they're gone. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 at East Broad Street, Elyria.
This is the Cobos Insurance Center halftime show on AM 930 and 100.3 FM WEOL.
And welcome back to St. Ignatius. We're here at the intermission. It is the Wildcats of St. Ignatius up on the Titans of Lorain by a score of 23-14. In the first half of play, Lorain was 6 of 30 from the field. That's a 20% clip. They hit 2 3-balls out of the 13 they hoisted. They did not attempt a free throw. They had 16 rebounds to go along with 6 turnovers in the first half of play. For the Wildcats of St. Ignatius, they enjoy that 23-14 lead here at the intermission. They were 8 of 20 from the field in the first half, 40% of the evening thus far. 3 of 6 at the charity stripe, 14 rebounds to go along with 7 turnovers in the contest. Interesting note here, Rob, they were 4 of 6 from downtown, none bigger than the one hit by efforts at the end. When they called that timeout, were able to draw that play up and get a good look at a 3 there. So that might be a difference maker when we look at what the final numbers add up to later on this evening. Scoring updates from around the area. We have one of pretty particular noteworthiness. It is Medina over Cleveland Heights at the intermission, 25-18. So that's at the half. They've begun the third quarter of play over at Medina. Earlier today on WEOL, right before our broadcast here, you heard Ohio State men's basketball falling to Illinois, 73-68. So the Buckeyes in a 4-game tailspin right now, heading into conference play starting up next week for the conference tournament. They'll have to open up on Thursday instead of getting that bye they had coveted so much. But that is the story here at the intermission, and we're about a minute away from bringing you back to the start of the second half here on the halftime show here from St. Ignatius High School. It's tournament basketball. Lorain trailing St. Ignatius 14-23 at the intermission. We'll be back in a moment here on the Center for Orthopedics tournament cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, and online at WEOL.com.
Let the cold
One and
winds
we'll
blow.
take it.
Raymond
Got it.
Air
Thank you.
Conditioning wants you to be warm and comfortable all winter. Get your $89 16-point comfort performance
That's
check by
better.
Raymond's trained
I just
technician.
got it. It's
They'll make sure your furnace is
44-24,
operating at optimum
but it just says
efficiency.
in the first half.
Call and get your
They're up by
comfort
20.
performance check
That's-
today.
Yeah, but
Raymond
there's no
Plumbing, Heating, and Air
definitive
Conditioning.
timeline on that.
Your key
all right.
to all-season comfort since 1957.
This is the Center for Orthopedics cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Both teams out on the floor to begin the second half. It'll be Lorain basketball. The winner goes to the Sweet 16 to Norwalk High School Wednesday at 5:30 to take on the winner of St. Ed's and Bedford. Jared Kozar informs me that St. Ed's has a 20-point lead in that game. Lorain basketball, Eden Brown and Jameer Billings. Also, Devontae Jackson with it. Cameron Thomas, Seth Wilson on the floor. Jackson on the drive. Jackson reverse layup, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. They fight for it. They get a whistle and what? Jump ball, possession arrow to St. Ignatius. Ignatius will start the second half with Rayner, Efforts, Zapaniak, Yontek, and Little. Their original starting 5 are on the floor. Titans with their work cut out for them. They trail by 9. 7:40 to go in the third quarter. C.J. Little, right side to Zapaniak. Braden Zapaniak will hand it off to John Efforts. Efforts up top to C.J. Little. Cross court, Yontek. Yontek on the three-point line. Yontek found Rayner. Rayner with a left-handed move. Didn't get it. Got the rebound. No, but he's fouled. Henry Rayner will shoot 2. Foul on Cameron Thomas. Thomas is second, first of the second half.
Team first of the second half. Henry Rainer will shoot 2.
Lorain. They were down 3-0. They cut it to 3-2, and then it was an 8-0 run for Ignatius to make it 11-2. Missed the first free throw. Lorain had a good run in the second quarter, got within one at 13-12, but then Ignatius again with a nice run at the end of the second quarter, 10-2.
Yeah, Lorain had that 8-0 run that they really have to find a way to get back to that. And again, when you think about Seth Wilson, a Division I commit going to West Virginia with only 5 points in the first half, they need more out of him because St. Ignatius defense made him look very average. We know he's not that type of player.
Exactly. And they have got to find a way to get him going and just get more points. This may be one that's the first one to 50 wins. In the corner, Devontae Jackson with it. Jackson with the basketball. Jackson gets it back to Seth Wilson. Wilson guarded by Rainer. Goes cross court for Jameer Billings. Billings left-handed dribble into the lane. The floater up and in. Jameer Billings with 5. The Ignatius lead is 8, 24-16. 6:50 to go in the third. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar live from Sullivan Gym on the campus of St. Ignatius. John Efforts backs up a long 3. Boy, he got another one. John Efforts' his third 3 of the game, 13 in the game, and it's 27-16. This equals the biggest lead for St. Ignatius at 11. Wilson spinning around defenders, put it up. Nobody was fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Foul assist number 14, Braden Sapaniak, the second. Team first.
So Sapaniak with the foul.
Seth Wilson.
A couple of free throws for Seth. Wilson line left, 69% free throw shooter on the year. Free throw no good. 67% as a team are the Titans. Wilson missed some free throws late in that Garfield Heights game, but Lorain was still able to win it. And he misses 2 right there. And ripping down the rebound is John Tech. He'll get it ahead to C.J. Little. Little in between the circles. 6:20 to go in the third. Ignatius up 27-16. Rainer's going to set the screen. Little will get the ball to him. Rainer over Cameron Thomas, puts it up short. Rebound, Devontae Jackson. Good defense by Thomas. Good rebound by Jackson. Jackson right side for Billings. Billings can't get off the shot. Backs up now beyond the foul line. Got it. Jameer Billings with the basket. Billings with 7. Good to see him getting going, Jared.
Yeah, he's got 4 this half and now the steal.
And Billings with the steal. Goes to the hole. Missed it. No foul call. John Rossentano going crazy. And Billings stole it back. Got it to Seth Wilson. Wilson on the drive. Cross court, Aiden Brown. Brown for 3. In and out, no. Rebound, Cameron Thomas. Thomas back to Brown. Brown inside the lane. Back out to Seth. Lorain with the basketball down 9. Boy, I thought Billings was fouled on that last attempt. He'll take a 3 off the rim. No. Rebound, Henry Rainer. Lorain struggling offensively all night. 5:20 to go in the third. They trail 27-18. Efforts gets a screen, drives, put it up, no. Rainer with a return, 2-hand slam. Henry Rainer with a basket. That gets the crowd going. He's got 10. 29-18 Ignatius with 5 minutes to play. Aiden Brown with a basketball. Brown looking. He'll go back to Seth Wilson. Again, the higher seed gets the home game all the way through the district. That's a really big advantage for Ignatius in this game. Seth Wilson with it. Wilson step back. Top of the key 3. Got it. Seth Wilson with a big shot. His second 3 of the game. He's got 8. Lorain trails by 8.
That's the only way you can answer a dunk is with a 3 and hope to try to get that momentum back. Look at the size of the student section they've got over there. I don't know if that's really something that should be advertised right now.
I'll put it to you this way. There isn't any 6-foot social distancing over there. Traveling is the call on Ignatius. It'll be Lorain basketball.
No, but it's almost as if it's been encouraged.
Well, of course it has been. 4:28 to go in the third quarter. Why do you think I mentioned this is a big-time home court advantage? You told me to be more subtle. I thought that was subtle.
Maybe so.
Jaco Lee into the game for Lorain. Lee with a basketball. Lee had it poked away, picked up by Efforts. Efforts had it knocked away by Billings. It's out of bounds to St. Ignatius. Ignatius with Yarian, Jackson, Rainer, Efforts, and Little on the floor. Devontae Jackson back in for Lorain. Brown comes out. Wilson, Billings, Brown, Manning, and Lee on the floor for Lorain. Lorain has gone 7 deep tonight, which they have most of the year. They'll lob it up top to Rayner. Rayner cross court for Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson to Yarian. Yarian will get it to John Efforts. He leads him with 13. Top of the key, C.J. Little. Little at the foul line. Little on the drive. Back out to Yarian, baseline 3. Rim, no. Rebound, Rayner lost it out of bounds. It went off with a Titan. It will be Ignatius basketball. 3:57 to go in the third. Ignatius leads by 8. 29-21. Yarian in the Rayner, had it knocked away, loose on the floor. Billings got it to Jackson. They get it ahead to Devontae Jackson. Devontae Jackson with the basketball for Lorain. Into the lane, nobody's fouled. Titans can cut it to 6 with 3:46 to go in the third. Foul on John Efforts.
There's got to be some kind of reward coming out of the juggling act that Jackson was able to do to come away with that ball. You know, that's really part of the story, too. The loose balls, whenever Ignatius takes a shot and there's a miss, Lorain's got to work double hard to get that just because they're not quite as tall.
Lorain doesn't get many opportunities at the line. They've got to cash in, Jared. They've missed 3 in a row here in the third quarter. They have not made a free throw tonight. Jackson again, and he missed both of them. You can't miss this many free throws in a close game. It's the little things that make a difference. 29-21, Ignatius by 8, 3:35 to go. They'll get it inside to Rayner. Rayner spins. Rayner, reverse layup, no. Tip back up, Yarian, no. Back up by Yarian, no. But he's fouled. Will go to the line. Javon Manning with the foul. His second, team second.
Shooting 2.
So Yarian at the line puts it up and in. That's his first point of the night. 6'10" junior off the bench. Second one good. (31-21) St. Ignatius, 3:25 to go in the third. Jaco Lee beats the press to Seth Wilson. Wilson back to Lee. Lee now by the edge of the center circle, hands it to Jameer Billings. Titans down 10. Billings left side jumper, got it. Jameer Billings was 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and Lorain hanging around. They trail by 8. 3:05 to go in the third. C.J. Little says, clear out, guys, I've got it. He brings it across midcourt. Guarded by Jaco Lee. Then he lost the ball, stolen by Billings. Nice defense, Jaco Lee. To Billings for 3. Missed that one. Offensive rebound, Javon Manning back out to Seth. Wilson steps back. A 3 in front of the Lorain bench. It's short. Efforts got the rebound. Long outlet. Henry Rayner. He'll slam it home with one hand. 33-23. Ignatius by 10. 2.5 to go in the third. And the humans that are here are making some noise. Devontae Jackson with the basketball. Jackson, edge of the center circle, now dribbling up, top of the key. Jackson trying to break down Efforts, goes around and put it up, no good. Rebound, Rayner. Rayner with a rebound, got it to John Efforts. Ignatius basketball, they lead by 10. Rayner gets it across midcourt. He'll get it out to John Efforts, who's guarded by Billings. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Carter Jackson with the basketball. Cross court, tried to get it to his fellow freshman, C.J. Little. Tipped out of bounds. Think of that, Jared. Little starts, he's a freshman. Jackson off the bench is a freshman. 2 big-time players with 3 more years of eligibility.
And they're loaded up and down when you look at that. They've got some talented juniors, something we haven't even seen yet today. We talked about that. Shondo Green, who we saw play against Medina, is a load. That guy's not taking a warm-up off.
He has not been in the game. That's right. Efforts inside the three-point line. Put it up. In and out. No good. Rebound Rayner had it stripped and stolen by Jaco Lee. Lee has had a couple of steals here in the third quarter, and then we get a whistle and a foul as Lee was fouled as the Ignatius went for the steal. And a foul on Efforts, and for John, that's his third. He's the first player for either team with 3 fouls, and Aiden Brown will check in for Lorain. Coming back in, A.J. Fletcher. He's going to replace Efforts. Well, see if Lorain can make a run here with Efforts on the bench. He has been a big-time player for Ignatius with 13 tonight. And they just seem to feed off his energy too, Jared.
He's played very well. Again, it's a team leader type quality that you can't replicate most of the time with other players that come in.
Jackson got it to Billings, right back to Devontae Jackson. Lorain basketball, they trail by 10. Jackson, top of the key. Jackson around Fletcher. Jackson off the glass and in. Devontae Jackson beat Fletcher, and it's 33-25. Minute 20 to go in the third. Jackson with the basketball. Jackson on the drive. Jackson scoops, misses, and he'll go to the line for two. Devontae Jackson with a foul, his second, team's third. 1:14 to go in the third. Ignatius by 8. At the line, Carter Jackson for 2. The freshman, again, we don't have stats on St. Ignatius per se. Don't have free throw numbers. That one's no good. We did get a couple basic stats that Rayner averages 16, efforts at 16, Yontech with 8. That's about all I can tell you. And Carter Jackson with 3 points. We'll try to make it 4 here. Jackson spins it, shoots it, makes it. Jackson with 4. 34-25 Ignatius, a minute 10 to go into third. Pass ahead to Jackson. Devontae Jackson with the basketball. Jackson back outside to Billings. Billings atop of the key 3, and he made it. Jameer Billings trying to keep Lorain in this game. 9 of his 12 in this quarter, and Lorain's down by 6. Breaking the defense's little drives, missed it. Rebound Seth Wilson. They can cut into the lead further. 6-point Ignatius lead to Billings. Back out to Seth. 45 on the third quarter clock. Wilson on the drive. Shot blocked by Yarian. They get it ahead to A.J. Fletcher. Fletcher, lefty layup is good. A.J. Fletcher, his first points of the game. 36-28 Ignatius, half a minute to go in the third. Seth Wilson with the basketball. Yarian on him defensively. Wilson brings it back out by the midcourt line. Now they'll switch and Jackson takes him. Left side Billings. Fletcher has him. 15 in the quarter. Ignatius up by 8. Billings gets a screen from Brown. Passes to Brown. Brown with 8 seconds. Brown back to Billings. Billings gets it to Aiden Brown. Brown on the drive. Put it up and in. Aiden Brown with a big basket. 3 seconds, 2, and the shot goes up. No good from three-quarters court. Our score after 3. The Wildcats lead at 36-30, but the Titans are hanging around. We're back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Tournament Cage matchup on AM, on FM, and online.
At WEOL.com.
Get back in the game of life faster after
just one
at any of Life Care's 3 locations, Medina, Elyria, or Westlake. The expert therapy staff is ready to champion your recovery while strictly observing all CDC COVID-19 safety guidelines. The Advanced Rehab to Home program defines your specific physical, occupational, and speech therapy goals to help you succeed. Life Care Center of Medina, Elyria, and Westlake, your champions of care. Find us at lcca.com.
Job seekers, are you looking to get ahead or train for a new industry? Lorain County Community College now offers 3 short-term certificates designed to get you into a high-wage job quickly. Programs will teach you industry-identified skills, proven by the fact that LCCC graduates are the top choice of local employers. Many programs can even be completed entirely online. Get ahead, save money, stay safe, enroll today.
WEOL, Elyria, Lorain, Medina.
Start of the fourth quarter. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar, Joe Bach here at St. Ignatius High School. Back at studio control, Dave Rydell. The Ignatius leads 36-30. Lorain outscored Ignatius 16-13 in the third to cut a 9-point deficit to 6. Start of the fourth quarter. Titan basketball. Devontae Jackson, Seth Wilson, Billings, Brown, and Thomas on the floor. Billings for 3, short. Offensive rebound, Eden Brown saved it from going out of bounds, gets it to Seth Wilson. Wilson double team. Wilson goes to Jameer Billings in the corner, Devontae Jackson. Jackson on the drive, reverse layup, nobody's foul. Jackson will shoot 2. It'll be Rayner, Zapaniak, Jackson, Yontech, and Efforts on the floor for St. Ignatius. Foul on Jackson, his second, team's 4. Devontae Jackson shooting 265% on the year. Lorain looking for their first made free throw of the night. They get it. Jackson with 5.
scoring update at the end of 3. Medina up on Cleveland Heights 47-38. However, that one's halfway through the fourth quarter. It's now 49-45 Medina over Cleveland Heights. That one boiling down to a good one.
Jackson made them both 36-32, 7:25 to go until the EcoTree Services postgame show. The winner here against the winner of the St. Ed's Bedford game Wednesday at 5:30. The Medina winner goes to Twinsburg Wednesday at 5:30. If Lorain or Medina wins, we'll have it for you Wednesday night. On the drive, Rayner lays it up and in. Henry Rayner with the basket. Rayner with 14, 7 in each half. 38-32, a minute into the fourth. Wilson gets it to Jameer Billings. Billings bounce past Jackson. Jackson in the lane, put it up. No offensive charge, Devontae Jackson. Stepaniak took the charge. Jackson with 3. He's the first Titan with 3 fouls. John Rossitano pacing the sidelines. His team down 6. It's been an uphill battle since the get-go. They cut it to 1, 13-12. It's as close as they could get it. John Efforts with the basketball. Right side, Carter Jackson. Jackson guarded by Devontae Jackson of Lorain. Carter Jackson dribbling, and we're going to get a whistle and what? A timeout for Ignatius. Timeout St. Ignatius, and that will take a timeout as well. 6:32 to go in the game, 38-32. Ignatius by 6. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage matchup on AM, on FM, and online, Jared.
Yeah, WEOL.com.
Speaking for the Center for Orthopedics, here's Dr. Paul Badinsky.
Little league shoulder causes pain on the outside of the shoulder, most often seen in baseball or softball during adolescence. A rest from throwing and icing the shoulder is usually enough to treat. Prevention is key with this injury, so it's important to reduce the overall number of daily and weekly throws, not just the pitches. If pain is persistent, evaluation by a physician is recommended.
For an appointment, call the Center for Orthopedics at 440-329-2800 or online go to center4orthopedics.com.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
38-32, Ignatius by 6, 6:32 to go in the game. The inbound to Henry Rayner. Rayner guarded by Aiden Brown. Rayner pulls it back out, now trying to get around Brown. Rayner still working on Aiden Brown, who goes around him and laid it in. Henry Rayner with good patience there. He's got 16, 9 in the second half. 40-32, Ignatius. Right side, Seth Wilson. Got to get him going this fourth quarter. And we get a whistle and an offensive foul on Cam Thomas. Setting a moving pick. That's his third. Jared, Seth Wilson averages 23 a game. He's got 8. 3 in the second half. He hasn't had many touches. Jameer Billings has been keeping Lorain in the game offensively.
Really carried them in the third quarter. They got to find something here as this fourth quarter goes on. And John Rossitano might need to find a seat for a while because he is just beside himself with rage.
CJ Little puts up a 3. It's no good. Rebound, Devontae Jackson. Here come the Titans. Jackson into the front court. Gets it left side, Billings for a left side 3. Got it. Jameer Billings hits the 3 and then looks back to the Ignatius student section. That's what we've been missing this year. 5:35 to go in the game. Ignatius by 5. That was great. He didn't say a word. He just looked back at him. Yantek is going to hand it off to CJ Little. I love that. CJ with it. CJ, cross court. Stepaniak with it. He lost control. It's stolen out of there. Seth Wilson with the basketball. Wilson looking for a teammate. Goes to Jackson. Back to Billings. Billings feeling it. Billings goes left side to Brown. Right back to Jameer. Again in front of the student section. And another one. And he looks at him again. How about Jameer Billings? It's a 2-point game with 5 minutes to go. Back-to-back 3s by Billings. John Efforts with a basketball into the front court. Ignatius 40, Lorain 38 with 4:50 to go. Rayner with a basketball. Rayner into the lane, back outside, Yantek. Cross court, CJ Little. Man-to-man defense for the Titans. Little guarded by Jackson. Jackson got a steal. Titans can tie with a 2. Jackson on the drive. He'll lay it up and swat it out of bounds. 4:31 to go. Plenty of time, Jared. It's a 1-possession game. Timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Ignatius 40, Lorain 38. It's heating up. The Center for Orthopedics tournament cage matchup on AM, on FM, Jared online.
Yeah, WEOL.com.
All this month, Nick Abraham
One,
Elyria
please.
Ford is
One and a
slashing
liner.
prices on every remaining 2020 car, truck, and SUV in stock. F-150s, $13,000 off. EcoSports, $8,000 off. Save $7,500 on remaining 2020 Fusions. Or choose an Escape, $5,000 off. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford has over 70 to choose from, but all 2020s must be sold this month, so hurry in before they're gone. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 at East Broad Street, Elyria.
This is the Center for Orthopedics cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
4:31 to go. Lorain down by 2. They have not led tonight, but Jameer Billings with 2 back-to-back threes cut an 8-point lead to 2. His inbound is tipped. Seth Wilson comes down with it. Wilson goes back to Billings. Titans down 2. Billings working on John Efforts. Billings is going to back up now. Billings hands it off to Seth. Wilson is guarded by Zapaniak. Wilson by the midcourt stripe looks over to Coach Rossitano for the call. Jaco Lee in off the timeout for Devontae Jackson. Seth Wilson picks up the dribble. Back out to Aiden Brown. He'll hand it right back to Seth. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Titans within 2. Wilson by the midcourt line, left-hand dribble. Back to Jameer Billings. Billings with the basketball. Efforts on him. Billings a long 3 for the lead. That's an air ball. Saved from going out of bounds by Eden Brown. Got it to Cameron Thomas. Thomas with the basketball in the paint. Thomas still in the paint. We got a timeout for Lorain. A 30, so we'll just keep it here right now, Jared. A 30-second timeout as the Titans take the timeout, down 2 with 3:41 to go. And I want to remind everybody once again that tonight's game, our audio being used, we appreciate the efforts of Joe Bach using our audio. The game is live on the YouTube Lorain Schools TV 20 station. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV20. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Lorain City Schools Television, over 1,700 videos, over 2.2 million views. They're also on Spectrum Cable, WLCS TV 20. I'm sure it'll be on tape delay on Spectrum Cable a little bit later on tonight.
My guess is that Joe's going to have this one up sometime later tonight, before midnight. Seems that that's been his trend lately. And, boy, Rob, it certainly feels like tournament basketball in here today. This is the first time that I can recall that it has that tournament feel. And you may not like exactly what they're doing there. That student section is part of why it feels like that.
Billings for 3 in the lead. Missed it off the rim. Offensive rebound, Jackson. He's fouled. Lorain's starting to hit the boards better. Talked about the height advantage that Ignatius has. Efforts with the foul. Jared, that's his 4th. Big decision now for Ignatius. Efforts, one of your best players with 4 fouls, 3:34 to go, 2-point lead. Do you leave them in? They do. Cameron Thomas back out to Devontae Jackson. And Efforts is going to run around and try to catch Billings and Aiden Brown with an illegal screen. Brown with an elbow popped Efforts right there. That's a good call. Aiden Brown with a foul. And Ignatius with the basketball up 2 with 3:26 to go. The winner goes to Norwalk to the Sweet 16 Wednesday at 5:30. If it's Lorain, we'll be there. They'll take on St. Ed's or Bedford.
Speaking of that ball game, Ed's up 54-34 on Bedford heading into the 4th quarter.
So it looks like it'll be St. Ed's, unless Bedford has a miracle comeback. With the basketball, Jackson gets it in the corner. Now we get a screen, illegal screen the other way on Jantek. The offensive foul on St. Ignatius. Give the ball back to the Titans.
You know, the defensive effort sparked here by Lorain has just been kind of courtesy, I think, of Billings and his ability to get these guys back into this ballgame, those back-to-back threes. And then the rest of the team sort of has matched his defensive effort out there, and he's had that start to finish. But the rest of the guys really fed off of that, I think, to get to this point right now.
Jackson with the basketball, throws it for Thomas, but he missed him and went out of bounds. Turnover. Big turnover there. 2:54 to go. Ignatius leads 40-38. Jared, after the first quarter, I told you it might be the first one to 50. I don't know if we're going to have either team get to 50. On the inbound, Seth Wilson knocks it out of bounds. It will be Wildcat basketball. They lead 40-38. Lorain has never led. They trailed by 1, 13-12. This is as close as they've been since then. Efforts in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Zapaniak, and we got a timeout for St. Ignatius. 2:44 to go. We'll take a timeout as well. Ignatius by 2. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Tournament Cage Matchup on AM, on FM. Jared Kozar online.
At WEOL.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Kobos, and I
one
live
in a
in
liner,
County,
please.
my entire
One in
life.
a liner.
I've raised my family here. Like you, I'm part of the community, and as an independent insurance agent, your protection comes first. That's why I'm proud to represent Grange Insurance. Grange offers personalized coverage, business, auto, home, and life, along with local service. Call Kobos Insurance Center at 440-324-3732 or online. Visit kobosinsurance.net. Experience a Kobos difference. Insurance for every stage of your life.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Crunch time, 2:44 to go. Anybody's ball game. St. Ignatius 40, Lorain 38. District championship in the Northeast, the Super District, Division 1. Northeast 6 is what this sectional district is this year. St. Ignatius, the 2 seed. The 10th seed in this super sectional district is the Lorain Titans. And St. Ignatius basketball. Jantek with it, gets it across midcourt. Jantek picks up his dribble, gets it to Zapaniak. 2:35 to go, Ignatius by 2. Seth Wilson goes for the steal, didn't get it. Cross court to Henry Rayner. Rayner guarded by Aiden Brown, back to Jantek. Jantek finds Zapaniak. Zapaniak bounce pass into Rayner. Rayner kicks it out. Zapaniak for 3. Got it. That's a big time shot right there. Great Zapaniak. He's got 5, and the Ignatius lead is 5 with 2:13 to go. Big shot. Aiden Brown with the basketball for the Rain. Brown's pass stolen by Efforts. Efforts with it. Efforts on the drive, lays it in. 5-0 run for Ignatius. They lead by 7. 2 minutes to go in the game. 2-1-2 full court press. Seth Wilson gets it to Jameer Billings for 3. Got another one. Jameer Billings cuts at the floor, and we've got a timeout. Lorain with a timeout. 1:46 to go. It's down to a 4-point game. We're going to take a timeout on the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage Matchup. We're on AM. We're on FM. Jared Kozar. We're online all the time.
At WEOL.com.
Get back in the game of life faster after illness or injury at any of Life Care's 3 locations, Medina, Elyria, or Westlake. The expert therapy staff is ready to champion your recovery while strictly observing all CDC COVID-19 safety guidelines. The Advanced Rehab to Home program defines your specific physical, occupational, and speech therapy goals to help you succeed. Life Care Center of Medina, Elyria, and Westlake, your champions of care. Find us at lcca.com.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Jameer Billings, 5'10 senior, had 3 points at half. He has made 7 field goals in the second half. 4 of them are threes. Billings with 18 in the second half, 21 in the game on 5 3-point field goals.
And Lorain has 5 3-balls in this second half of play. Part of the reason they've been able to battle their way back into this one and have a chance here, down 4. But they've got to play that defense that we saw for the closing moments of the third quarter and most of the fourth to this point. That's got to be there right now, that last minute and 46, if they want to have a crack at this one.
Each team has committed 16 fouls, meaning the next foul would put them at the bonus. Efforts with the basketball, playing with 4 fouls. Minute 35 to go. His team leads by 4. Got it to Rayner. Over to Zapaniak. Zapaniak guarded by Seth Wilson. Wilson went for the steal, didn't get it. Now Wilson gets called for the foul. Seth's first, team 7th. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Zapaniak. For Zapaniak, this will be his first free throw attempts of the night. St. Ignatius has outscored Lorain 7-2 at the line tonight. Jaco Lee back in for the Titans. Cameron Thomas will come out. Braden Zapaniak, a 6'4 sophomore. He's got 5. He made a big 3 on their last possession. I show Lorain with 1 timeout, St. Ignatius with 2 remaining. That's unofficial. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Substitution, C.J. Little back in for Ignatius. John Efforts will come out.
Stinger about that foul right there, Rob, was when Seth went for the strip. You wonder if a travel would have ensued on that one rather than sending him to the line, having to go back after the ball.
Japaniak made them both. 6-point lead, 47-41. Jackson with the basketball. Jackson inside the three-point line. Jump stop, tough shot, air ball, rebound, Jantek. Jantek with it, got it to C.J. Little, and Jackson is limping around. Little with a bounce pass for Jackson. Jackson back out to Little. Little on the drive, bounce pass, Jantek inside, missed it. Got his own rebound back up, blocked for the foul. With 1:06 to go, a couple of free throws for Will Jantek. Foul on Devontae Jackson, his fourth. 47-41 Ignatius with 1:06 to go. A 2-possession game. Jantek, if he makes one of these, makes it a 3-possession game. He does. Will Jantek, a 6'7" senior, with just his second point of the night. 48-41 Ignatius. Jantek again, good again. Fourth quarter free throws. Ignatius has made 4 of them. 49-41, Ignatius by 8. Seth Wilson for 3. He got it. Seth Wilson with a big 3. Cuts the lead to 5. Timeout on the floor. 58 seconds to go. We'll step aside. Center for Orthopedics cage matchup. Ignatius by 5. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics boys cage matchup on AM, on FM. Jared Kozar online.
At WEOL.com.
Winter storms can do a number on your trees. Hi, I'm Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs, talking about Eco Tree Services. Call now and have Eco Tree Services take care of problem trees before they cause damage.
No, but I think you're correct.
After storm,
I have
they offer
Lorain out.
24-hour emergency service. Eco Tree is owned by second-generation family arborists, and they use the newest, most efficient equipment in the industry. Make Eco Tree Services your complete tree care company. Learn more online at ecotreeservices.com.
This is the Center for Orthopedics.
Blue Jackets are already down 2-0 in the first period.
The mobile app and WEOL.com.
58.8 seconds to go. St. Ignatius 49, Lorain 44. Ignatius to inbound after the Seth Wilson 3. Unofficially, I have Lorain out of timeouts. We think Ignatius has 2. They'll inbound it to Rayner. Rayner with the basketball. Rayner double team, whistle, and foul. Foul on Aiden Brown. His second. Team's 9th, so a 1-and-1 for Henry Rayner. Efforts out, C.J. Little in. This will be the final 1-and-1 for the night for St. Ignatius. If they get fouled again, they're in the double bonus. Rayner's front end of the 1-and-1. Short, missed it. Rebound, Aiden Brown. Brown lost it out of bounds to Ignatius. Brown lost it off his foot as he battled with Jantek, and that's big as Ignatius gets it back. And Efforts back in for Little. 5-point Ignatius lead, 54 seconds to go. Efforts looking to inbound. Looking, timeout. Timeout, St. Ignatius will take one as well. 54.6 to go in the game. Ignatius by 5. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics boys tournament cage matchup on AM, on FM, and online anytime.
At WEOL.com.
Let the cold winds blow.
Now, if we could find Ed's Bedford and the other one we want is McKinley.
Wants you to be warm and comfortable all winter. Get your $89 16-point comfort performance check by Raymond's trained technicians. They'll make sure your furnace is operating at optimum efficiency. Call and get your comfort performance check today. Raymond Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Your key to all-season comfort since 1957.
This is the Center for Orthopedics cage matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Jared Kozar, you've got good news for the Medina Bees and our friend, the athletic director, Todd Hodke, with some good news.
We do. They hung on to defeat the Cleveland Heights Tigers this evening, 54-53. Cleveland Heights gave them all they wanted in the fourth quarter, but the Battling Bees lived up to the name and were able to hold off that charge.
So Medina goes to the Sweet 16 on the inbound. They get it to Rayner. Rayner's going to be fouled by Aiden Brown. That'll be his third, team's 10th, double bonus. Ignatius 44, 49, Lorain 44, 53.7 to go. Rayner at the line for 2. Tonight he's made 3 free throws. He's got 16 points. He's got 17 points.
Returning to the floor for St. Ignatius, number 0, C.J. Little.
C.J. Little back in for Ignatius. The Wildcats lead 50-44, 2-possession game, 53.7. Rayner again. That one's no good. Still a 2-possession game. Aiden Brown hands it off to Seth. Lorain hurrying. Wilson just across half court. Lets it fly. Boy, that was long. Missed that. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Carter Jackson. He'll be fouled. Devontae Jackson taking his time to get up because his legs have been hurting here. Boy, that was a long 3 for Seth Wilson.
Again, yeah, he really wants to start as soon as he crosses that midcourt line, and we've seen 2 of those on court tonight. But, time's of the essence, but again, you think you can get a little bit more of a high percentage shot than that. We'll see what, I don't know, maybe he's feeling it.
Jackson in and out. Here's the big free throw because it would be a 3-possession game if he makes it. 50-44 Ignatius. Jackson at the line. Missed the first one. Second toss is up, and that one's good. 51-44. 40 seconds to go. Jaco Lee steps back. He'll take a 3. He'll make it. Jaco Lee with a big 3. His first point of the night. It's 51-47. They can't stop the clock, though. Inbound to Rayner. He's fouled by Seth. Wilson with the foul. They're in the double bonus. 30.6 seconds to go. But 51-44, Ignatius leads by 4. And because Lee made that 3, Jared, now no matter what, after these 2 free throws, it's still a 2-possession game.
It was a great 3 ball by Lee. He hadn't connected all game long. So right place, right time, and they couldn't have needed it more than they did there. But again, they've got to hope for some luck here while Ignatius is shooting free throws.
Zapaniak put that one in, 52-47. Efforts comes back in for Jantek. 30.6 seconds to play. St. Ignatius 52, Lorain 47. Zapaniak again, missed it. Rebound Seth. Wilson with the basketball. Titans down 5. Wilson across midcourt. Got it to Billings. Billings for 3. That's short off the front of the rim. Rebound St. Ignatius. John Efforts. He'll be fouled. Foul on Jaco Lee. They'll walk to the other end with 22.6 to go. 52-47 Ignatius. Billings has had the hot hand. You can't blame him for shooting it. He had a Wildcat defender at his face. Missed that 3. Efforts, first of 2. Good. John Efforts, a 6-foot junior. He averages 16 a game. He has 16 tonight. Made them both. 54-47, 7-point lead, 20 seconds to go. Wilson in front of Coach Rossitano for 3, banked it in. Seth banked it in. It's a 4-point game. They'll inbound to Efforts. Efforts is going to be pushed by Aiden Brown with 11.6 to go. Foul on Aiden Brown, and he fouls out of the ball game.
Aiden Brown has fouled out of the contest.
The big problem for Lorain now, Jared, is no timeouts left. Cameron Thomas back in. So if Efforts, even if he makes it, it's still a 2-possession game, but you've got 5 seconds to inbound. So if Lorain makes a basket and you're within 5 seconds, Ignatius doesn't have to inbound. Efforts makes the first free throw.
They need him to miss this one and be able to get going that fast over to the other end is what happens here.
Second free throw, made them both. 56-50. They got to go quick. Pressure in the backcourt. They get it ahead to Jackson. Jackson across midcourt. Jackson top of the key 3. Missed it. Rebound Seth Wilson. Wilson dribbles out. Takes a corner 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Cameron Thomas made it, but that's going to do it. They can't stop the clock. Thomas makes it, and St. Ignatius celebrates. They win at 56-52. St. Ignatius goes to 17-6, and they will go to the Sweet 16 to play Wednesday at 5:30 in Norwalk. And the Lorain Titans, they bow out at 8-6, and John Rossitano's days as the Lorain Titan head boys basketball coach have come to an end. We'll be back with the EcoTree Services postgame show after this timeout. Your final score, St. Ignatius 56, Lorain 52. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage matchup on AM, on FM, and Jared Online.
At WEOL.com.
Saves big.
Do three here, three in highlights, and then we'll save the last two for another break.
Everyone on all
right, three highlights in the postgame.
That's almost $10,000 off Buicks and $11,000 off Jeeps.
When your name is called, please step forward to be recognized. First for the 2021 District Runner-Up Lorain Titans. Number 0, Jacob Lee. Number 1, Javon Manning. Number 2, Seth Wilson. Number 3, Devontae Jackson. Number 4, Jordan Daniels. Number 5, Cameron Thomas. Number 10, Rashad Carter. Number 11, Messiah Killy. Number 20, Javier Billings. Number 23, Aiden Brown. Number 30, Reggie Wade. Number 33, Jacob Addis. Will the captains for the Lorain Titans please come forward for the presentation of the team trophy? And now the 2021 district champion in Division I, Northeast 6 District, the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Number 0, CJ Little. Number 1, Bryson Curry. Number 2, Carter Jackson. Number 3, Charlie Highland. Number 4, Matt Ellis. Number 5, AJ Fletcher. Number 10, Henry Rayner. Number 11, Tim Ruddy. Number 12, Mike Matamore, accepting on his behalf his assistant coach, Lyndon Brooks. Number 14, Brady Sapania. Number 20, Brandon Webster. Number 22, John Efforts. Number 23, Alex Garcia. Number 24, Nick Lemrin. Number 25, Shundo Green Jr. Number 31, CJ Urian. And number 34, Will Youngtech. Would the captains for the St. Ignatius Wildcats please come forward for the presentation of the team trophy.
Eco Tree is owned by second-generation family arborists. Make them your complete tree care company. Well, the Lorain Titans, their season comes to an end. John Rossitano, his time as the head coach at Lorain comes to an end. St. Ignatius, they are celebrating as they win it 56-52. After one, Ignatius led 11-2. They led 23-14 at half as each team scored 12 in the second quarter. Third quarter, Lorain would outscore St. Ignatius 16-13 to cut it to 36-30. Fourth quarter, Lorain would outscore St. Ignatius 22-20, but it was too little too late, and they lose it 56-52. Ignatius would make just enough free throws in the late stages of this one to keep the Titans at bay. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar with you. Let's look at the final scoring individually. First for the Titans, who they end the year at 8-6. Seth Wilson next will play at West Virginia. The senior, one of 7 seniors on this roster, finished with 14, including 4 threes. All 5 starters are seniors. They all played their final game tonight. 6'2" senior Devontae Jackson with 6. Cameron Thomas with that basket in the end. He got in the scorebook with 2. Jameer Billings, what a night, what a career. 5'10" senior, 5 threes, 3 twos, 3 in the first half, 18 in the second half. Finished with a team high 21. For Aiden Brown, he fouled out late and scored 4. 47 from the starters of Lorain. Off the bench, Jaco Lee with 3. Javon Manning with 2. 5 off the bench, 47 for the starters, gave Lorain their total of 52. For the victorious St. Ignatius Wildcats, Henry Rayner had 17. Braden Zapaniak with 8. John Efforts with 19 to lead them. Will Youngtech had 3. CJ Little started, didn't score. 47 points from the Ignatius starters. Each team starting 5 scored 47. So the difference was the bench. Ignatius outscored Lorain 9-5. Carter Jackson had 5 points. A.J. Fletcher with 2. C.J. Urian had 2. 9 off the bench, 57 for the starters, gave St. Ignatius their total of 56. We'll take this final time out. We'll wrap things up from Sullivan Gym in Cleveland, Ohio. When we come back, our final score, St. Ignatius 56, Lorain 52. You're listening to the Center for Orthopedics Boys Tournament Cage Matchup on AM, on FM, Jared Kozar online.
At WEOL.com.
Job seekers, are you looking to get ahead or train for a new industry? Lorain County Community College now offers free short-term certificates designed to get you into a high-wage job quickly. Programs will teach you industry-identified skills, proven by the fact that LCCC graduates are the top choice of local employers. Many programs can even be completed entirely online. Get ahead, save money, stay safe, enroll today.
All this month, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford is slashing prices on every remaining 2020 car, truck, and SUV in stock. F-150s, $13,000 off.
Last one I have is Hoover was up on McKinley, $2,700
on remaining 2020 Fusions. Or choose an Escape, $5,000 off. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford has over 70 to choose from, but all 2020s must be sold this month, so hurry in before they're gone. Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 at East Broad Street, Elyria.
This is the Center for Orthopedics Cage Matchup on AM 930, 100.3 FM, the WEOL mobile app, and WEOL.com.
Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar, as we are at St. Ignatius. The Wildcats defeat Lorain 56-52. You've been hearing the bump music tonight. Dave Rydell playing in the Michael Stanley Band, and we were saddened to hear earlier today, Jared, as you and I were riding out to Sandusky, that Michael Stanley passing away of lung cancer yesterday. A Cleveland legend passes away at the age of 72.
Yeah, he had touched the lives of quite a few people in terms of different eras growing up around this area and beyond. You know, his contributions were not limited to what he did in terms of in the recording studio, but then on the air for many years after that, and just his performances live and things like that have been going on. And he will be missed as far as not just a local legend, but was able to entertain beyond the local stage.
Yeah, he had a long radio career at WNCX in Cleveland, 98.5. He was the afternoon DJ there for, I want to say, like 30 years.
Quite a few as far as I
Started in
remember.
1990.
That would be 30 years. Thank you. As Dave Rydell back at Studio Control tells us, he started there in 1990.
Good call.
Jared, anything, you got any final stats that you have they want to share?
Well, let's take a look here for Lorain, who sees their season come to a close this evening, and also the career of John Rossitano as the coach of the Titans. They were 20 of 61 from the field, 33% on the ball game, 2 of 6 from the line. We talk about if that might come back to bite you, your ability to hit free throws. They lost by 4. They missed 4 free throws. They had 28 rebounds to go along with 12 turnovers in the contest, 6 in each half. For St. Ignatius, who sees their season go on, and a date with St. Ed's is upon them as they have defeated the Bearcats of Bedford 66-52. That's a final now. Ignatius was 16 of 40 from the field, 40% on the night. 17 of 26 from the line, 65% there. 28 boards to go along with 14 turnovers on the evening. So that's what we have as far as the tail of the tapes from a statistical standpoint.
Jared, we know that Medina defeated Cleveland Heights 54-53, so Medina will go to Twinsburg Wednesday at 5:30. We'll have that one for you. What we don't know is whether they're going to play McKinley or Hoover. I am looking on Twitter, and I have the North Canton Hoover, says their official school athletics Twitter site. They show a tweet from 13 minutes ago that Hoover was leading McKinley 54-46 with 1:37 to go in that basketball game. So possibly there could be a huge upset. North Canton Hoover was the 12th seed, and it looks like they might be upsetting Canton McKinley. And whoever wins that game will play Medina Wednesday at 5:30. We'll have that one for you at the WEOL as Medina has advanced by defeating Cleveland Heights 54-53. But that would be a huge upset if Hoover's able to beat McKinley.
Yeah, it would appear that way. And again, the Battling Bees, Chris Hassinger was on the Nick Abraham Saturday morning sports wrap-up show this morning with Rocco and Marissa, and basically said, they feel pretty confident that if they could advance tonight and win the district over Cleveland Heights, that they like their chances against anybody they're going to come out with because of just the way that they've played and their schedule and the tough conference, a brutal conference schedule that they play, and the fact that they got a lot of ball games in this year, did the Battling Bees. So I think they felt pretty good about whoever they were able to take on. If they were able to advance, they'd feel like they were going to go into that one with a good chance, and it could be better if it's North Canton Hoover for them.
Jared, we've got Dallas, or I should say Columbus Blue Jackets hockey to get to as they're in Dallas to take on the Stars. But before we call it a night, John Rossitano ends his career as head coach of the Lorain Titans. You grew up in Lorain. You know what John means to that community. He played at Admiral King. He coached the Lorain Steelmen to a improbable run in the final year of that high school in 1995, got him to the Sweet 16. I thought there were some parallels to that with this tonight, although the school isn't closing, just John announcing that he is stepping aside because he's retiring as a teacher. But we're going to miss John Rossitano. As far as Lorain coach, I hope we see him on the sidelines again soon, doing whatever he wants to, whether it's a head coach, whether it's an assistant coach. One thing I know, people that have the passion for coaching and teaching like John Rossitano has, they are much needed. And John just does a tremendous job. And I just want to take a minute to thank him for everything he's done for us over the years.
He's been great to work with for us, but as you mentioned, it's just when you think about the way the community is comprised, they take pride in their sports, and John Rossitano taught kids how to be leaders. He made contributions that you really can't quantify in terms of what goes on a basketball floor, and it changed the lives of so many that went through his programs. So he's going to be missed in terms of what he does for Lorain basketball. But again, it's not just about basketball with John, I think, in terms of, just he gave you something to be proud of and something to aspire to as far as being somebody in Lorain and from Lorain. So I think he really signifies what it meant to be part of that community. And, hopefully he's not too far away in terms of, helping out with how things go. And who knows? I've always thought he'd be a great guy to see at the lower level at some point, just getting it done that way and kind of building some foundation work for somebody. So I think we haven't seen the last of John as far as on the sidelines.
And forgive me if I forgot. Did you go ahead and give the finals that you had from today?
We did. We talked about it was Medina over Cleveland Heights 54-53. St. Ed's knocking off Bedford 66-52. And earlier this afternoon on WEOL collegiately, it was Ohio State dropping to Illinois 73-68 in men's college basketball this afternoon.
Also earlier today, if you missed it, a regional championship girls basketball. Homestead Falls fine season comes to an end. They lose 67-40 to Notre Dame Academy. So our boys and girls coverage for Lorain County comes to an end tonight. We know we have one team left to follow. The Medina Bees, the boys basketball team in the Sweet 16. They win 54-53. Wednesday, they'll be 5:30 at Twinsburg. We'll have it for you on WEOL. We just don't know it right now if they're going to be playing North Canton Hoover or Canton McKinley. But whoever the Bees have, we've got it Wednesday. They're in the Sweet 16. Hats off to Chris Hassinger and that crew.
They do a great job over there. Again, he was not rattled about playing the Cleveland Heights team that was really coming into that ball game with a lot of momentum. We saw him over there at Lorain not that long ago look really impressive in a victory over the Titans, albeit without Seth Wilson that evening. But nonetheless, Cleveland Heights was looking good, going the right direction. And they gave a heck of an effort to come back into that ball game. They were down 47-38 at the end of 3 and then fought to within 1. Had a last-minute look with 2 seconds left to be able to win that one in regulation. So, Chris Hassinger and company have done a great job over there at Medina, and their season rolls on.
Hoover defeats McKinley 64-53. Hoover started the year 1-5, and then they go on and advance to the districts. The number 12 seed will play Medina in the regional semifinal Wednesday at 5:30. We'll have it for you. The North Canton Hoover Vikings and the Medina Bees Wednesday at 5:30. You can hear it on WEOL. Jared, maybe it's appropriate. We started the year with Medina. I guess we're going to end the year with Medina. What a strange year it's been. And again, thanks to all the Lorain County athletic directors, coaches, everything they did this year to help us, or we couldn't have made this possible. You and I were pulling our hair out different days, as all of them were as well. But again, I just want to thank every athletic director and coach that was so patient in helping us. And that also goes to Joe Bach and everybody at WLCS TV 20, because there is a lot of moving parts with this thing this year. And it wouldn't happen without a lot of good people helping us out.
You're correct. And the phrase that we couldn't have done it without them, I think is sometimes overused or maybe a little bit too much emphasis put on it. That's simply not the case. We really couldn't have done it without the help of a lot of people to get us going and answer questions that we didn't have 3 months ago. This whole thing was brand new on how we were going to do it. And we were really given help in terms of guidance, in terms of individual sites and how they wanted to do it, conformity and things like that. But nobody ever really told us, hey, we don't want you guys here. It has to be this way. They basically said, how can we help you out, and let us know what we need. And it's a really good feeling to know you're working with great people.
Well, Jared, again, thanks for your efforts. I really appreciate it all day long.
Likewise, we got to know each other a little bit better than we did before. I might not be proud of that one, but we move on.
Again, thanks to everybody, Joe Bach and everyone at WLCS TV 20. Dave Rydell, great job back at Studio Control. Again, playing the bump music. His salute to Michael Stanley. Enjoyed hearing that throughout the evening as well. That's going to do it for our Lorain County boys basketball coverage as the year comes to an end. Nothing to be ashamed of. Lorain gave a tremendous effort. They come up 4 points short, 56-52. The WEOL Center for Orthopedics cage matchup. Tonight's game with Lorain facing St. Ignatius is brought to you by the Center for Orthopedics, Cobos Insurance Center, EcoTree Services, Life Care Centers of Elyria, Medina, and Westlake, Raymond Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, and by Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, and Nick Abraham Buick GMC. For Joe Bach, Dave Rydell, my broadcast partner, Jared Kozar, this is Rob Polinsky one final time. Your final score tonight, it was St. Ignatius 56, Lorain 52. We'll see you Wednesday at Twinsburg for Medina and North Canton Hoover. Until then, have a good night, everybody.